Hello guys, it's Chocolate King. We're back here once again. And yes, you saw how to do it. What is Sylvia doing? What is Sylvia doing? Because now, like I put in the last analysis video, that I found the French woman, the unknown woman that was showing up with Damon in the in the return trailer. It was Sylvia the entire time. It was her the entire time. And this pretty much changes everything in the way I seen the game. I thought Sylvia would be playing more of a background role in this game in particular, but it seems like that won't be the case at all. Cause I thought, oh, she's just gonna be a live streamer. That's it. And the recent like trailers and live stream, like it seems like she's like hosting the entire event when it first was showing us the trailers for No More Heroes 3. But the reason why I say it changes everything is because how can Sylvia one moment just be a normal online live streaming influencer and be working with Damon at the exact same time, saying that he got an appointment meeting in the return trailer? We literally see her meet Fu right off the bat. But I thought she was out of the game. I thought she was no longer working with the UAA no more. What happened? Like seriously, what happened? And also on top of that, it goes back to what happened at the end of Travis Strikes Again. And like, I get to what I think about Sylvia. The whole thing that happened at the end of the DLC of Travis Strikes Again was Death Metal. Like when Travis said he won't be able to lead the lifestyle he chose to lead. Sylvia was just like, all right, you can since you want to get back into the game, and there's a Death Ball also, and then Death Metal Jr. shows up. And it's pretty much having an assassination battle with Death Metal Jr., but it cuts away and say it's going to be in the next game. I hope they haven't cut Death Metal Jr. from the game. Hopefully he's inside the game. Even if they add him as DLC later, I want to see how Death Metal Jr. sound like it turn out. But, because especially like, especially No More Heroes 2 Desperate Circle, Sylvia acted like, oh, things are just falling apart. Things were just going out of control. Things just wasn't the same anymore. It was just Henry left me and I'm just so sad. Acting like a usual damn similar stress, but she's not. Let's go to another thing. I'm gonna tell you like United Assassination Association video about how at one moment the UAA was supposed to be fake. It was a scam, came up with Sylvia, but it turns out that was a lie and the UAA is actually real. And it goes back to, we know Damon works for some type of corporation. He does have some type of business. And we do know that Fu killed those business members for some apparent reason. Now, I have an entire Fu video to make after this about what are Fu potential plans. But if Sylvia met Fu and Damon, it's not the same anymore. Because, like, why is she working with Damon in the first place? Why? Why was she his secretary? Why was she there in the return trailer? How come she met Fu before Travis even knew that Fu even existed? How? And plus, I thought she was out of the game. I thought she was just a live streamer. What is she doing working with these major corporations? What is happening? What is going on? Cause I don't know how. I did say I could hint at that Travis could end up getting that death metal treatment. That he might end up kicking the bucket because, you know, it's just the life he chose to live and it's the choices he chose to make. So it's just, and he's pretty sure he already accepted his death already. And the end of Travis Strikes Again, that he'll never be able to escape this lifestyle. And it goes back to what Alice, I think his name is Alice Moonlight from the second game, about how in the end we have to end up killing each other anyway. And how Travis went into his grandiose speech of how we're assassins, whether it's anime, movies, game, we're humans and we're alive. Which does Sylvia say it that way? Because it seems like Sylvia just don't have no type of emotions at all. Got no problem with seeing people get sliced up and murdered. Like you see Travis get traumatized or affected after killing like Dr. Peace and not really killing Death Metal, but with Dr. Peace you can see that Travis obviously changed in a way, and like throughout the game he does. So Travis does go to Marois. Travis do try to escape the lifestyle. And even though he did accept his fate at the end of Travis Strikes Again, but it still leads back to Sylvia and how Sylvia has no type of emotion towards this at all. Got no problem with seeing people get split right in half. She killed that Ronin guy in desperate struggle for no apparent reason. Because I know Shinobu gets to live because she's young, but the Ronin, gotta put him out of his misery. Sure, there are assassins, but obviously there's some leeway to be made. Obviously, for certain people, even just for age, like Travis killed a ghost child. Whereas about he's being too young. But then again, technically that guy was immortal in desperate struggle, so it's just, it is what it is on that one. But because isn't it just so coincidental that it just so happens that, oh, you know, it just so happened that Sylvia finds Travis all alone in the bar talking about his life's problems, and then forget about other problems that actually happened. And it just so happened that, hey, she's able to get him a 10th rate fight against death metal, but he's barely murdered anybody. Yeah, it just so happened he wins. And like, why was Sylvia in particular so adamant that Travis become number one? What is so unique about Travis? What is so great about Travis himself? He's not really nothing special, an average American in a way, with some hidden potential. But besides from that, it's just, I don't see what the significance of Sylvia wanting Travis to become number one. What did she get from that? On top of that, I also thought, was Jean killing Death Star at the end of the game, of the first game, was that just an accident, or was that completely on purpose? As in, she set that fight up with Jean on purpose? Because like, in a way you could look at it, you could say, oh, Sylvia didn't know that Jean was going to show up. Sylvia knew Jean was going to show up. She knew Jean was going to show up. I don't care what anybody says. I'm suspicious of Sylvia 100%. Because it's just like she just makes her way throughout the world without any problems. Any problems like Damon currently. As far as we know, I'm not questioning where Sylvia has gone. At all. And on top of that, I did question the last video. How did Fu find out where Travis was? Did Sylvia give him the information? Because there was no problem with the UA sending assassins after Travis after he became number one. So there was no problem to that. I'm not including the fact that it is just 100% legal just to allow anybody to help you move up in the rankings, or is that just something that Sylvia did for Travis in particular? You don't really hear about anybody else or any other assassins using it. Oh, and I got my brother Henry to go kill a few assassins for me, and I got Shinobu to go kill a few assassins for me as well. Yeah, it's just like we kind of just do. It's a family thing. It's in the family. You don't really see anybody else get that type of leeway at all. And it is strangely coincidental how Death Metal pretty much knew how he was going to die, pretty much, and he tried to warn Travis away from this lifestyle, because you could arguably argue for some type of storytelling symbolic way that Sylvia Crystal is like some type of fiend or some type of succubus or some way like that, just tricking innocent. Because arguably Travis is not really happy. He's not happy at all. That's why he keep on leaving. This is why he keep on going on those long trips, like he's Astro Joe, like he's a Joe Yabuki, going off on a long trip. No one knows where he is. Go missing for 3 years. No one knows where he is. And then it just so happened, Helter Skelter know where Travis is. He just knows. How did Helter Skelter even get Travis to show up? How does this even happen? Because it's one of those things, in my opinion, where it's just, there's too many coincidences with Sylvia, especially with what type of lies was Sylvia telling her own mother to convince her mother that the UAA was fake when it's obviously real. And on top of that, is it confirmed or not confirmed that Damon worked for the UAA? Now, if he did, it make all that money and stuff he has be interesting, but it still bring the question, why would he be a part of the UAA? Now, if Fu did not kill like a bunch of UAA members, and he just killed some normal corporate guys, bringing a further question of what would be the point of that. And then another thing, at the end of I think it's like the end of Return trailer where Travis comes in and break the glass. Travis says, we got galactic superhero rankings now. Alright, and they keep on calling himself a superhero even though he's not. Which, I did let a question, when did Travis become a hero at all? I thought we were just assassins, Travis. We were just killing and dealing. What happened? And I just got a feeling like Travis is being not really led. He did choose the life he chose to live, but he was obviously influenced by somebody else. Like seriously, Sylvia's the Palpatine of the series, influencing young Travis Skywalker feelings to go assassinate people, because she's always there. And no matter how poor she acts, no matter how much you wanna shed them crocodile tears, she's a backstabber and a swindler. And like, she's not a decent person. Sylvia's not a decent human being. I don't see how Travis can fall for this woman. She's a terrible person. Like, seriously, she just outright cheated on her own husband with his own brother, and she knew about it. Without remorse. Not cool, in fact that it's unconfirmed if it was Henry who killed Shinobi Jacobs' father or not. It's unconfirmed. It will make sense that since they are like fraternal twins and they look similar to a degree, aside from that Henry's hair is down and Travis is up, well, until a recent game. But yeah, that's how it was in the first game. So seeing a beam katana look similar, it makes sense that Henry did kill a father. How that plot line go? Where we just play as Shinobi Jacobs against the Emerald of Moon Knight's highest member, Henry, aka the number one underman, the one of more loyal servant, because it is implied that Henry is brain controlled, so it's just mind control. I know there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions to be brought up about Sylvia, because this changes everything. Before, it was better when I didn't know what Sylvia was. In the first trailer, like, you clearly see Sylvia there. You clearly do. And like in the first trailer, the first announcement for everything, you expect, oh, she's on the beach. She got like a martini with a cherry in it. She's just on the beach, man. It's nothing serious. No, it is serious. Cause like, she shows up in the return trailer talking, like hanging out with Fu and them. Where did she go? How is instantly the supposed live streamer who changed her life easily able to set up an assassination gear for Travis without any problems? I thought she changed. I thought she was a different person. I thought she wasn't the same. I thought she changed since Henry left her. And it's funny how Suda51, like the artist, Suda51 posted on his Twitter, it turned out his brother was the evil in the end. And I think the ultimate villain could be Sylvia this entire time. Because I doubt Fu's being played, but I just think Fu's getting cut up in the game. But I do think Fu's just doing it if he wants to. It's just, Fu's gonna do what he wants to do. It is what it is. But it's just, with this whole Sylvia thing, there are a lot of things that's not adding up. A lot of things that are not making any type of sense. And there's a lot of questions to be posed. Because maybe you guys got these type of answers, because I clearly don't. Because the reason I didn't recognize her, because maybe it's just me, but her voice sounds different from the first, like the other games just in general. And she didn't talk in the third game. But in the first two games, she sounds very different from the way she does now. Not only the fact look very different as well. Travis is like updated, looks similar. Shinobu updated, Batgirl updated. Everybody's updated, but looks similar. But Sylvia doesn't. She looks nothing like she used to at all in the face. Nothing. She's basically a brand new person. You could argue that Sylvia was never real unless she's an android. Because it does come up when they'll say, well, you know, it's about the symbolism. And, you know, Sylvia's meant to represent this, greed, power, and money, and this and that, and the easy way to the fast life, the killing. So you hear the way Sylvia talk about assassinating people, because it makes you question this. Did she meet Henry by accident? Did somebody say, oh, this just happened to meet in college? Did they? Did they just so happen to meet in college? Because we don't have a full backstory of Sylvia at all, where she come from, or anything like that. Because apparently Hunter is like 1/4 Japanese, but Travis is a full-on blown American. So where that Japanese come from? Well, it came from Sylvia. Where it come from? In which I don't know if that kid they shut off in the live stream was Hunter or not. I don't know. I cannot read the Japanese, so no article said anything about it. So yeah, but when it refers to Sylvia, it's just there's too many unanswered questions. Arguably, she's the most suspicious character in the entire game, and I'm more concerned about what Sylvia is doing behind the background than anything else. Because the fact that Sylvia knew Damon and Fu this entire time and did not try to warn Travis about that or the Galactic Superhero Rankings, if we take the new gameplay footage at the beginning of the game, then so there's a lot of things of Fu I can get into after this video, the next video. about what he could be doing and what his plans. But she don't tell Travis nothing. And not going to fact, how long has Fu been on the planet? Because if she knows for a good few months that Fu is here, then that's intentional. She didn't tell Travis at all. And you're supposedly married to this man. Supposedly. And on top of that, did she just marry Travis just to do the exact same thing she was doing to Henry? They gave him the classic fool around, and they give him the classic okie doke. Just fooling around, disappearing for a long period of time, taking massive gaps of money, and then just show back up, and it's just something that happens. It's just the way Sylvia is, guys. It's just the way she is. She just disappears every once in a while, come back. Okay, you got to thank the mother with Fu and Damon, and how she's supposed to be a live streamer, but somehow she still have heavy connections with the whole assassination rankings. And I once did question who set up the whole galactic superhero rankings. Was it the UAA or was it Sylvia? I'm suspicious. What is the UAA? Because we've never seen them ever show up in person. It's almost like this at this point it can't just be a big scam, because number one, sure, Travis is spending all that money for fees, but there's clearly somebody else over the phone in the first game who are sending you voicemails about how much money you need to donate to that account. Maybe that's Sylvia Baker, or maybe it's obviously implied that the UA is more than we think they are. Obviously, and so I guess even Travis was outside of the loop on that one. But especially the fact that I doubt Sylvia can fool 50 people like that. 50 people, and plus on top of that, you don't see nobody else. Nobody else. Absolutely nobody else paying that type of money. Nobody else gotta pay money to go assassinate nobody. Nobody. Where's Travis' bodyguards? Where's Travis' protection? How come Travis don't get all this stuff? But Death Metal, Dr. Peace, Destroy Man, everybody got bodyguards. And even Dr. Peace is like, oh, I was able to get a hard-course meal for my daughter. Why did Travis have to pay all that money and then went straight to Dr. Peace for it? Like what is going on here? And what is actually happening? Because Sylvia has turned into the most suspicious character out of anybody. Because she have too many connections. She's talking to too many people. She's doing too many things. And now, cool, the fact we don't know who the father of Jean is, or whether it's Henry or not. So it's just. And plus, did we ever get Henry's side of the story about what happened with Jean and their father? Because we all know that Henry grew up in Scotland. He grew up with the Scots. So we never did get to see Henry's insight on the entire matter. What happened with his sister Jean? So it's just, or too much about their backstory at all. We got some hints and some details, but not really why they were split up in the first place, as far as I know. So I also bring it to account some more questioning, or maybe Sylvia learned all this extra information about Jean from Henry. Who knows? Because it's like Sylvia is a master manipulator, but it's just. And then, there's a lot of questions. And also, it could be a fact that Dr. Naomi or Dr. Juvenile could be in a tree that was showing off in the analysis trailer and previous trailers that Travis was walking up to. She could be the tree, and she could be the one giving out the upgrades this time around. Or maybe not, but in this case, when it refers to Sylvia, I don't really know. Because at this point, she is the most suspicious character ever made, with her and her intentions and what she planned on doing. Because obviously the UAA is a real company, obviously. And there's had to be some big lies she told her own mother. And also, whatever happened to Sylvia's mother? We saw her for that one game and that was it. And then we never got the exact details of how or why. Because we knew him divorced Sylvia, but when? A few years after, or a few months, or when did this exactly happen? Not going to affect all this in between gap time with Henry, and we don't know what happened. All this in between gap time with Sylvia, where she become a phone sex operator, or wherever she is inside the second game. And Travis idiotically falls in love with this woman. She has no loyalty. There is no good qualities of Sylvia at all. She's not a decent human being. She's not. And sure, they're all assassins, and that's what they signed up for. Having people kill each other is one thing, but to act all nonchalant about human life is a complete another. Because you're not just butchering assassins, you're butchering them and every single bodyguard they have. All of them. Who are employing these people? How did Shinobu get this set up? What happened to Shinobu's protection? Because she used to be a part of rankings. And weapon that, where's Travis' bodyguards to stop Henry from showing up to his trailer park? And where's that at? Non-existent. But everybody else can get all these benefits. Everybody else. And then you got guys like Notorious, Death and Drive, who also have been showing up in the trailers. And it's just, we're going down the rabbit hole. So I hope we get some answers out of this game. And maybe we might get the effort revealed that in its entire time that both Henry and Travis are being played this entire time. And Sylvia is the main one setting this up. Or whoever Sylvia is working for. Because we still don't know who. Cause like, then again, if you think about it, could Sylvia run the Order of Emerald Knights? Could that be her organization? Is it possible? Because it isn't possible that Henry's brainwashed, and sure, Sylvia is not really shown with green, but you never know. Because then you get asked the question, why pick up and why get Henry to even join if Henry don't even feel nothing for the woman? And it's just, Henry get clucked by his own brother. Cucked by his own brother. That's quite sad. That's technically, he didn't even know about it, so nah, you can't even say that. But I would like to use those terms and expressions because it just, I don't like the whole meme thing. I like to stick to myself. But yeah, that's been a few questions and some thoughts about Sylvia and how this is not really adding up at all, and how Sylvia is the most suspicious character ever. I'll feel more sad that Fu gonna have to die in the next game than if Sylvia got her blame thrown out. It is what it is. It is what it is at this point. Because she's too suspicious. She's too unusual. Arguably, you can argue that she's an android or alien. And it will make total sense. Because she type of feelings at all. So after Miss Shaw, okay, I'll let you guys thoughts and opinion. What are you guys' theories and thoughts about Sylvia? Do you find her to be suspicious? Isn't it strange how she had been hanging out at a period of time? She was hanging out with Damon and... Is it a possibility that Sylvia was hanging out with Damon back when Travis beat the shit out of Damon in Travis Strikes Again? Is it possible that Sylvia was also there? Is that actual possibility that Sylvia was there as Travis was beating the snot out of Damon? Is that a possibility? Because it seems like it is a possibility. So it is what it is. This has been Shockwave. Can't let you guys' thoughts and opinions about Sylvia. Is she the most suspicious character ever made? Or do you believe she's innocent? She didn't do nothing wrong. She's innocent. Yeah, just like how Casca and Griffiths is innocent. Yeah. I won't believe that. But me and Shockwave can't let you guys' thoughts and opinions. And peace. Like, comment, subscribe, and then adios, amigo.